everyone, at 1995 here in the video game fanfiction plot with a new story for you all. It is called Fox of Amber, and I do hope you enjoy this video. And remember, I do not own Naruto or Steven Universe or this story. I give full credit to its author Ryu Kotei on fanfiction.net. Now onto the story. Chapter 4, Love and Chakra. Beach City, Crystal Temple. Outside the temple, Naruto was sitting on the beach along with Steven as the two of them were waiting for Garnet to arrive for their training. "Kit," Kurama spoke to Naruto from inside the blonde's mind. "Kit, I think you should teach Steven a thing or two about chakra. It might help him in the long run." "Wait a minute," Naruto spoke to the fox in confusion. "Are you saying train Steven into being a ninja?" "Not exactly," said Kurama as he laid down on the floor inside Naruto's mind. "I mean, help him unlock his chakra and teach him a few easy jutsus like substitution and henge. We're not going to teach him any advanced jutsus, just simple academy jutsus." "I don't know, Kurama," Naruto thought as he tried imagining Steven using chakra. "I'm not sure if it's a good idea or if the others will allow it." "Well, Kit, from how I'm seeing it, he's just like you in terms of eagerness," Kurama said as he rolled his neck around. "He's hyped up, and with all of that energy he has, Steven's more likely to rush headfirst without even a decent idea on how to approach the enemy, which will lead him into getting someone seriously hurt or killed. If he learns substitution, Steven could avoid serious injury, and with the henge, it will be easier for Steven to learn how to shapeshift. It's an easy win-win for both sides, as you also learn a few ideas on how to better use the jutsus in combination with the Ember Gems." "What about the others?" Naruto asked as he had a slight feeling that the other gems might want to join in, especially Amethyst. "I'm not sure if full-blooded crystal gems could use chakra," Kurama said as he knew that the blonde would ask that question, "but even if they were just part gems like you and Steven, it will be next to impossible as their chakra coils would have been permanently set. With age does come wisdom, but that also brings difficulties with learning a new trick or two. You can't teach an old dog new tricks or anything about chakra." "I'll mull over it," Naruto thought as he saw the gems approach them. "I'll ask them if I decide to go with it." "Morning," said Garnet as she looked at the two. "The others and I have talking, and we believe that it would be quite helpful if Steven learned how to use chakra." This got a shocked look from Naruto and a look of excitement from Steven, as it was coincidence and unexpected respectively. "You guys sure?" asked Naruto as Steven looked at the blonde expectantly with stars in his eyes. "Oh, come on please," Steven begged as he got on his knees. "It would be really cool to do all the stuff you can do. Please. Please. Please." "Kit," said Kurama with annoyance in his voice, "bring me out before his incessant begging makes my ears bleed." Naruto quickly brought out a Kurama-possessed clone as the clone looked at everyone as he rubbed his ear. "If you want Steven to learn a thing or two, then I'll help the kid in teaching Steven," said Kurama as he rubbed a knuckle against his shirt, "but he must do as I say when he's training with the kit." Kurama gave Steven a studying look as he said, "It shouldn't be too hard since Steven is about 12, so unlocking his chakra wouldn't be a problem. In fact, I was actually talking to Naruto about teaching Steven a couple of simple jutsus that will keep him safe and help him with tapping into his gem's power." Steven smiled excitedly as he then asked, "Can the others learn Naruto's cool jutsus as well?" I'm not sure if it's possible for them to learn how to use chakra," said Kurama as he crossed his arms thoughtfully. "In the shinobi world, age can greatly affect unlocking one's chakra for the first time. Children have the easiest time as their chakra coils, a system that allows chakra to travel through the body, are still undeveloped until the age of 14, where the coils set permanently, meaning no possible hopes for a teenager to unlock their chakra." Pearl's eyes widened as she said, "That means we only have 2 years left until it's too late." "Plenty of time, as Steven has others aside from Naruto and Kurama who have unlocked their chakra," said Garnet, getting a confused look from the others. "There are others?" asked Naruto as he wondered what his mentor was meaning. Garnet brought her hands to a hand seal as another Garnet appeared out of the blue. "How?" asked Kurama as he couldn't help but show his curiosity. I link my mind with the energies of all existing matter and channeled the collected energy through my gems, Garnet explained while the other Garnet finished. The first time resulted in unlocking my chakra, and from there, I've trained in learning how to use that energy to provide a small boost to my skills. Impressive, said Kurama with a smirk, but it will take more than just training to improve jutsus, as one must train in chakra control to ensure that a shinobi won't be wasting chakra with just one jutsu. The possessed clone then looked at Steven as he said, first though, we should unlock your chakra. Now, do as I do. Kurama sat cross-legged and formed the tiger seal while Steven copied him. Now focus your mind as you reach out to that power, said Kurama as Steven closed his eyes. Just relax and you'll know that you've found your chakra. Steven steadied his breathing as he tried to tap into his chakra, and he knew that he didn't have a lot of time. He calmed his mind as he felt the wind in his curly hair while the sea breeze danced on his skin, giving him a chill. I've never seen Steven like this, said Pearl as she was surprised at how Steven was doing. He's normally so energetic. I wonder what brought this out. Garnet smiled as she then said, he wants to impress his brother. Amethyst looked at the older gem and asked, brother? Pearl and Amethyst looked to see Naruto watching with angst-filled nervousness in hopes that Steven might succeed. It sent a silent message, but the two saw the faith in Naruto's eyes as hope was filling them. Steven drew in a breath as he felt something warm in his gut and then a warm burning, and he was feeling more energized. You did it, Steven. Naruto said as Steven opened his eyes to see the blonde's bright smile. You unlocked your chakra. Steven got to his feet in excitement as he could feel the invigorating energy inside of him. Alright, this is so cool, said Steven as he pumped his fist before he faced Naruto with stars in his eyes. So when can I learn cool jutsus? Hold it, Gaki, said Kurama as he got to his feet and dusted the sand off of him. You may have unlocked your chakra, but you are nowhere near learning any of the jutsus besides substitution and hinge until we see that you are ready. The possessed clone disappeared briefly before reappearing with small leaves in his hand. The first thing you are going to is learn how to concentrate your chakra, Kurama said as he placed one of the leaves on his forehead and made it spin without even touching it. The exercise I'm showing you helps you with concentrating your chakra by moving the leaf on your forehead using chakra alone. I'll supervise while Naruto works on his chakra control through his water walking exercises. Now get to work. The two nodded as they went off to their exercises with Kurama following them. The gems watched as Steven was focusing on the leaf on his forehead while Naruto was going through some stances that Garnet had shown him while standing on the water. This is boring, said Amethyst as she placed a hand on her cheek as she watched the two before she saw Pearl walk towards where Naruto was. Where are you going? Naruto paused momentarily as he saw Pearl walk on the water towards him. You can use chakra, too? Naruto asked in shock as he had to regain his balance. Pearl nodded as she summoned her spear and asked, up for a quick spar? Naruto smiled as he summoned his claws, sending a silent message to Pearl. Seriously? Amethyst asked in disbelief, even Pearl can use that chakra energy? Am I the only one who doesn't know about this? Kurama then walked towards the purple gem and said, apparently, but don't take it too hard as one of Naruto's friends couldn't even bring out his chakra. Amethyst looked at Kurama as Garnet decided to join Steven with the leaf exercise. Rock Lee could never properly mold his chakra to learn jutsus, said the possessed clone as he watched the others train, but he never let it get to him as he became an expert in taijutsu, or hand-to-hand combat, making him a force to be reckoned with next to his sensei and idol. Lee is proof that you don't need to have chakra to be a great shinobi or a warrior, as his spirit is fierce enough to let him smirk right at death's face and get out alive. Kurama chuckled at the memory of Lee's fight with Shukaku's Jinchuriki as it was the most impressive fight against a Jinchuriki the fox had ever seen. He just wished he had a video camera so that he could have recorded the look of mass confusion on Gaara's face as Lee was just running faster than the sand could keep up. That was one hell of a fight, the possessed clone thought as he saw the leaf twitching on Steven's forehead. Amethyst thought about what Kurama had said and smiled a bit at the demon's wisdom. She may not have unlocked her chakra, but if there was a shinobi from where Naruto was from that can fight without chakra, then she can become a great fighter as well. I know that the others might be stronger than me, the gym thought as she watched Pearl and Naruto's spar, but Kurama is right, I can still be a great fighter without that silly chakra stuff. Just like Lee. Kanahigakure. Lee was sparring with Tenten until he felt something odd. You alright, Lee? Tenten asked with slight concern, with a silent wish that her taijutsu-loving friend wouldn't begin ranting about Gei's teachings. I cannot help but feel like someone out there is thinking about me. Like a kindred spirit. Before Tenten could react, Lee had a huge smile on his face as he shouted, I must train hard enough so that I may have a chance of meeting this person. And just like that, Lee had suddenly just dashed off to train on his own and left his teammate to wonder what the hell had just happened. Sometimes I suspect Lee is Gai-sensei's very own son, Neji thought as he practiced the katas of his Hyuga-style taijutsu. No one person could look like another without being directly related in such a manner. Gai, however, was just smiling in pride at Lee's enthusiasm as meeting this kindred spirit and hoped the best for his young apprentice. Beach City, Crystal Temple. A few days had passed and the gym's skills have improved greatly thanks to the additional training with their chakra, while Amethysts greatly improved her skills with her spars against the others save for Steven. Steven had actually improved quite a bit with Naruto's guidance on his chakra exercise, as the young boy was now learning substitution from the blonde. Naruto's own training had improved as well, as even though he still needed a clone with forming the Rasengan, Naruto was able to briefly use a single hand for just a few seconds before the jutsu would just evaporate or weaken. Naruto was laying on the sand taking a nice nap in his swimming trunks along with a pair of orange-tinted aviator sunglasses as he let the cool sea breeze dance around his bare skin. The blonde never noticed Pearl sitting next to him and silently observing him. I can't believe how handsome he is, Pearl thought with a small bluish blush forming on her face. He's almost like something out of a magazine. The gym studied the blonde's body before she saw the large circular scar near Naruto's right shoulder with a silent gasp. That scar. Pearl thought as a lump formed in her throat at the thought of what could have caused it. He's incredibly lucky to have survived such a life-threatening injury. With fearful curiosity, Pearl carefully reached to gently touch the scar with her heart pounding in her head. She had just touched it when Naruto jolted upwards in sudden shock. Naruto's and Pearl's faces then collided suddenly with their lips touching in surprise. The accidental kiss lasted just a few seconds when to Naruto and Pearl it was hours before the two separated. Pearl, said Naruto as he was trying to get his mind together, what are you doing here? Pearl, trying to get her mind in order as well, swallowed a lump before she said, I was just checking up on you when I noticed that scar. Naruto then looked to see the scar on his chest as his surprised face suddenly darkened. This is the scar that I received during my fight with Sasuke, Naruto said melancholically with Pearl listening intently, when he used a jutsu that our sensei had taught him. The Chidori. Naruto then went on to explain about how he along with a few others had gone after Sasuke to prevent him from defecting to Odagakure before explaining about his fight with the Uchiha and how fierce the battle was. It was then he shoved a Chidori right here, Naruto said as he carefully touched the scar before slightly twitching from the touch. I can still feel the electricity from it today, as this scar is still sensitive to the touch. Pearl looked at Naruto with sadness and awe as the blonde then showed a similar scar on his back. Right at the same spot. I'm sorry, Naruto, said Pearl as she looked away ashamed. I made you look back on a horrible memory when I should have left the scar alone. Naruto removed his sunglasses and gently placing a hand on Pearl's hand as he said, you don't have anything to apologize for, as I would have brought this scar's history up anyway. Pearl looked at Naruto and saw the shining blue eyes looking at her, while the blonde saw beautiful diamond-like eyes sadly watching him. Such beautiful eyes, the two thought as they were lost and were about to kiss when. Hey Pearl! Naruto! Steven hollered as he ran across the sand, while the two awkwardly looked away in embarrassment about nearly kissing each other. What is it, Steven? Naruto asked as he reached for his shirt. Amethyst wanted me to get you guys for a quick training session before Garnet returns from her mission, said Steven as he looked at Pearl and Naruto in confusion. Did something happen? The two blushed as Pearl said, We were just talking. Alright, Naruto? Naruto nodded as he buttoned up his shirt and said, why yeah. Come on, we better not let Amethyst wait too long. The trio then headed towards the temple, unaware that Amethyst was looking at them through the window in Steven's room. Damn it. The gym cursed as she looked away and entered the kitchen area. It was so close to. What was so close, Amethyst? Garnet asked as she suddenly appeared, startling the purple gem. Well, Amethyst said as she tried to think of something before giving up. Pearl and Naruto were about to kiss each other. Garnet mentally smiled to herself as she wanted Naruto to try and get over his past along with Pearl try to admit her feelings towards the blonde. Those two are getting closer to something great, Garnet thought as Pearl, Steven, and Naruto entered. What's up, Garnet-sensei? Naruto asked as he hung his sunglasses on the neck of his shirt. I have a mission for you, Pearl, and Amethyst. I'll stay here with Steven for today. The three left after Garnet had told them what to do as it was just Garnet and Steven at the temple. So what are we going to do today? Steven asked with excitement. We are going to be doing some chakra training before working on your gym's power, said Garnet as the two headed out towards the beach for their training session. Dream. Garnet had found herself in a thick forest as the full moon brightly shone above the trees. Pearl? Garnet called out in hopes of finding her friends. Amethyst? Steven? Naruto? The woman walked through the forest while calling out for her friends until she faintly heard something in the distance. Deeper into the forest. Garnet ran through the woods as she followed the echoing sound in hopes of finding its source. She ran until she found a small little shack in a small clearing. Hello? Garnet asked as she carefully approached the shack, is someone there? A scream of pain erupted from the shack as the crystal gem quickly rushed inside and leapt down the stairs before running down the hall. So much for this being a little shack, Garnet thought as she finally approached a large room where in the middle was a beautiful woman with long red hair and violet eyes resting on what looked like some sort of bed, out of breath and holding a small wrapped blanket. Next to the woman was a figure, and even though she couldn't fully see it, Garnet immediately knew that the shadow was a man. He's so beautiful, isn't he? Said the woman as the man peeked at the blanket with cerulean eyes. Of course he is, Kushina, said the man before an alarmed look formed on his eyes. I have to go now. I love you, Kushina-chan. The man dashed away, and even though she was a mere breath away, Garnet couldn't see any more than the man's bright blue eyes and a spiky silhouette on top of his head. Garnet, said a voice alerting said Gem, over here. Garnet looked to see the red-haired woman beckoning towards her. Garnet approached the bedridden woman with caution. Hello, Garnet, said the woman with a weakened breath, I see you are quite the strong woman. The perfect woman to care for my little maelstrom. Surprised, Garnet asked, what are you talking about? What are you planning? The woman handed Garnet the wrapped blanket before she bundled up a bunch of rags that were soaked with blood and body fluids to look like the bundle in Garnet's arms. I wish we could have been there more for him when he needs it, said the woman as tears slowly formed in her eyes, but please care for my child. Please take care of my maelstrom. Before Garnet could blink, a masked man appeared to snatch away the blanket before dashing out. Garnet was stunned as the woman in the shack vanished, which just left her in the wrapped blanket. The crystal gem then heard a small, familiar sound from the bundle and decided to carefully unwrap the blanket. Garnet's three eyes widened with the candle lights reflecting off of them as all three eyes were focused on a little infant that had 3 whisker-like marks on its face with a mop of lightly damp blonde hair. Nah, said Garnet with shock as the infant opened his eyes to reveal cerulean blue orbs looking at her. Naruto? Time slowed down as Garnet watched the small infant version of Naruto grab her fingers and begin sucking on them cutely. Despite her frozen state, Garnet smiled at how adorable Naruto looked as an infant. Just like Steven was when he was just an infant. Hey there, said Garnet with a soft and gentle voice as she removed her fingers from the infant's mouth in favor of playfully teasing the baby Naruto's nose. Give him to me, said a new voice as Garnet looked around to find herself in complete darkness. Give me the doby. Garnet protectively leaned the infant into her shoulder as she searched for the source of the voice. before finding two red eyes staring intently at her while taking occasional glances towards the infant. "Give me Naruto," ordered the eyes with three black commas spinning around in an orbit near the pupil, "now." A small cry escaped from baby Naruto's mouth due to how loud the voice was. "I'll never let you have my baby." Garnet growled as she tried to comfort the crying baby in her arms, "I'll never let you hurt my child." The red eyes narrowed before the owner of those eyes stepped out of the darkness to reveal a teenage boy with black hair wearing a blue shirt and tannish pants. "I'm only going to say this once more," the boy threatened as he held his hand towards the ground, "Give me the baby. Now." Garnet sent a defiant sneer towards the boy as she stole a quick glance towards the boy's hand to see lightning form around it. Garnet couldn't move in time as a blast of electricity struck her legs, making her fall to the ground. "Naruto?" the fallen Garnet asked as she searched for the infant before she heard the sound of crying. "Naruto." Garnet looked to see a horrific sight. The boy from the darkness was holding the baby Naruto upside down by his ankle. "Put him down," Garnet ordered as she tried to pull herself up before she saw the boy holding a lightning-covered hand away while the darkness was somehow pulling the gym away into the deeper shadows. "I will finally have my revenge," said the boy as a maniacal grin formed on his face. "Chidori." "Naruto. Dream end." "Naruto!" Garnet cried as she quickly jolted awake, nearly out of breath. The crystal gem looked around to find that she was still in her room. On her bed. "Just a dream," Garnet said to herself as she tried to catch her breath, "a horrible dream." She rubbed a hand over her eyes as the dream played in her mind from walking through the forest to the boy. That boy killing a defenseless infant Naruto. Garnet got up from her bed wearing the pink nightgown as she walked towards the door. The door opened to reveal that it was night as Naruto was curled up under the blanket on the couch. "Maybe I should let him try and find a room in the temple," Garnet thought to herself as she crept toward the couch as to not disturb the sleeping blonde. "He shouldn't be sleeping on this couch. It's not healthy." Garnet then thought back to her dream as the woman from it had asked her to take care of Naruto as apparently the woman had died before her time, leaving the poor child without a mother. "I promise Kushina that I will take care of Naruto," Garnet thought as she carefully picked up the blonde in her arms lovingly before heading towards the temple part of their home. "I'll care for him as if he were my own little maelstrom." Well, that's the ending of that chapter. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you like to see more, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment down below. Until next time.